Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now I got some pretty damn good news. I mean, great in my opinion, but it's just my opinion. And y'all know how I roll. We're gonna talk about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Word has it that the fight's gonna happen this year, right? Just not gonna happen in the U.S. or the U.K., right? That's good news for me. You know, I don't know about for you. The only good news we've been having in sport lately is, people are trying to maybe try to bring sport back. In Germany, the Bundesliga is already played a week, and they're going to play on the weekend again. The first football matches all over the world. But Germany started first, right? Had a couple of games. We won a derby with Schalke versus Dortmund. It was a good one, about 4 days ago. But they go into the next week, so it's a little sport going on. We had the UFC thing pop off about a week and a half or two ago. So sport is starting to figure out how we can possibly do this, right? They just have to be careful because most of these athletes are being tested multiple times, and the normal person can't be tested. That's going to be an argument. So we have to be careful of how important sport is to us. But we into sport fanatics, and you know how it is. So let's talk the boxing. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder gonna fight this year. That's what Bob Arum is saying, the promoter of Tyson Fury, or one of them at least. So that's good. Now, the fact of what's the good news, in my opinion, well, at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder, he doesn't have, you know, home field advantage or home boxing ring advantage. He doesn't have that, right? A lot of times, I'm reading an article, and it's a British article, and it was like, well, at least Deontay Wilder won't be, on his home turf. America's different. And I don't know how many times brothers got to tell you that. You don't hear when you watch a brother fight in America against anything that's not black. He will not be cheered unless he's fighting in his hometown. And let me tell you something, even in his hometown. You want to see somebody not even be cheered in their own hometown? A brother that came back from cancer, and it's just an articulate brother, never says anything really bad about anybody. That's former middleweight champ Daniel Jacobs. When he fought Gennady Golovkin in his hometown, he wasn't getting, it was more pro Jacobs, pro Golovkin crowd there, and many others. We don't really have to talk, but everybody knows that. So Deontay Wilder, when he was in Vegas, he'd come from Alabama. If he's not in his home city in Alabama and he's fighting Tyson Fury, I don't know what the crowd's gonna be saying. They definitely wasn't for him in Las Vegas and anywhere else in America that ain't Alabama. Okay, that's just how it is. That's why I call it BTBG. Beat the black guy. That's all boxing is to me in America. And that's unfortunate, but it is, man. Stop acting like we're talking around it. Look at the president. There's, too many people, 40% still like him. I don't want to get into that. But I'm just saying the fight being anywhere else, somewhere in the Middle East, where they don't give a damn about neither one of them, that's what we need. It's similar to what I was saying about 3 weeks ago when I was saying that the only good thing about boxing matches without a crowd would be that the judges can pay attention and stop listening to the crowd, right? Because see, when the crowd is going for fighters like a Canelo or an Anthony Joshua who have never fought or had any adversity, because every jab they've ever thrown and landed has been, applauded. So you're swinging at people most of the time, and that's enough. But when you don't have no crowd, you have to pay attention to what's really happening. And that's the only good thing I could see by with not having a crowd. So if you don't have a crowd somewhere in the Middle East, or you have a crowd in the Middle East, they won't be totally pro somebody and don't give a damn about the other one at all. They'll be happy to have a boxing match, and they'll probably be cheering both of them or booing both of them. Which, you know what I mean? So that's what would be good about that. So that's why I'm just saying, hey, that's great news. And the fight don't need to be in the States. They don't need to be in the UK neither. And here's another thing about the UK and Tyson Fury. He doesn't have a license. Well, you know why? Because he was doped, right? He doesn't have a license. So that's why, the UK is not in on the cards either. We keep not talking about this and putting it in the we ain't talking about it thing. But he don't have a license. So he can't fight in the UK unless they figure out remedy that situation that's going on with Tyson Fury. But as of right now, just like Billy Joe Saunders, he doesn't have a license in the UK. So he has to fight somewhere else. So let's make sure that's clear. That's not wasn't in the article, but we know that. Things don't change. So at the end of the day, fellas and ladies, bottom line, the good news is Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, that trilogy match is going to happen. And the better news is it's not going to be in the U.S. or the UK, but for me, the U.S. So that we can all focus and just watch a damn fight and don't have nobody just cheering for one side, and that would be good. Let's see what's happening going forward. Dome Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.